Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I am back with PSA Returns Round 21. This is part number 5. So going over a couple more cards, a couple interesting things to talk about in this particular part of Round 21. Something I have never seen before, and that's actually what I'm going to start with, this little stack over here by a user whose name is the Shuckle Shell. This is something I've never seen from PSA before. So part of what PSA does is they authenticate, and when they authenticate, they look for lots of different things. They want to obviously check and make sure the card is real, but they also, when they actually go to the grading part, they want to make sure that it hasn't been tampered with in any way. Something that could have been done to the card in order to increase the grade. So this is something we pretty much never see in the Pokemon community. We had a card come back that was not graded. Unfortunately, PSA still has to charge you for checking and verifying that it was in fact tampered with in some way, shape, or form. But we have what is called random pack. There's evidence of trimming right there. Evidence of trimming. That's why it does not have a grade. They looked up everything else about it. Japanese movie promo. It's a Staraptor. So you can see it. Now, I checked this card out myself, looked it over, kind of played with it a little bit, and could not figure out where there would be evidence of trimming. So it's weird because this particular card isn't a card that is normally tampered with. Now, is there a chance PSA made a mistake? Yeah, but those guys are also professionals. They know what they're doing. So the fact that it comes back as an evidence of trimming card is kind of confusing and slightly concerning, as that's something we don't normally see in this community, is cards that have been tampered with. So I thought that was interesting. I've never seen that before in all my years of doing PSA work, is a Pokemon card that had evidence of trimming. So I figured that was worth a couple minutes at the start of the video just to kind of go over real quick, but we do in fact have one. Move on to the rest of his order that was graded. We have a Mega Charizard EX, the X version. Super popular card. You guys, I know, have seen a lot of it both this round as well as last round. Meowth Secret Rare from Noble Victories came back as a Mint 9. This is a card that is not easy to have come back high for whatever reason. Generally when they print it, there's kind of a bit of foil at the edges of the card. I've seen that many times with Meowth Secret Rares from Noble Victories. Black and White Pikachu Secret Rare came back as a Mint 9. It's a pretty cool looking card. It's an advent of Arceus Pikachu level X holo. It's promotional. There's tons of sheen and shine to it. You can see as I get my lights right on it, but there's a ton of sparkle to it. So it's pretty cool. Another kind of unique card is a Dark Ivysaur. Winners promo, I believe. Best of game. Yeah. Best of game promo winner. I believe they also have this in a jumbo card size. I like the symbol at the bottom. If I can get the camera to focus, it says best with a big kind of check mark behind it. Same deal. Dark Venusaur. Promo winners. Artwork is rather unique. Come on, camera, focus for me. There you go. Kind of unique. Very low HP for a Stage 2 Pokemon. And last card he had submitted was a Pikachu M. Commemorative Random Pack, I believe is what that stands for on the label. You can see there. Looks like an Ash's Pikachu kind of deal. Might be a clip from a movie. Actually, I think that is a clip from a movie, so that's pretty cool. Those are the Shuckle Shells cards. Next up, Frank, I believe it's Madras, sent a couple of cards, including some of the Yu-Gi-Oh variety. This one was just a standard Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is from Starter Deck Kaiba, so way back in the day. These were insanely common. The starter deck kind were insanely common when Legend of Blue Eyes first came out. You can tell it's the starter deck kind not just by the artwork but by the ID number. SDK stands for Starter Deck Kaiba. So the artwork is very different from the other card he had graded. This is what you actually got out of the booster packs from Legend of Blue Eyes. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You see ID there is LOB Legend of Blue Eyes. Beautiful card. I really want this in a Gem Mint 10 for my own personal collection. I've only seen it come up on eBay once as a buy it now, and somebody eventually bought it at $150, which I think is overpaying, but I'm not entirely sure because we don't see Yu-Gi-Oh come up on the market too often. And when they do, they sell for all kinds of funky prices. They're very difficult to price. Another Legend of Blue Eyes favorite, the Dark Magician. Different from the starter deck Yugi variety. The artwork is completely different. I like this one a lot more. The Dark Magician is actually kind of a green tinge, which is kind of unique. This one came back as a Near Mint 8 form. Followed by Genesect EX going back into Pokemon, Mint 9. Plasma Blast. Love the artwork on this next one. Absolutely love it. This is Light Arcanine from Neo Destiny. I forget if I have a Neo Destiny box or not. A sealed booster box. I have one of them. It's a Neo box of some kind. I really like the artwork on a lot of the Neo cards, and Light Arcanine is no exception. It looks fantastic. Kind of cute if that's your thing. Can I get you to focus? Don't know what's been up with my camera lately. Just not wanting to focus, especially on this returns. There we go. You can see it really well. I like the flowers in the background. So really cool card. Near Mint 7. And finally, a Near Mint 8 EX Crystal Guardians Diglett. This is just a common card, but it's holographic. So that's kind of cool. It always throws me a little bit whenever Pokemon prints a card that is holographic, but then the rarity is not all that rare. It always throws me just a little bit. So EX Crystal Guardians, I know they did that with a couple of their prints, but that's still a pretty cool card. I like how Diglett is popping out of what looks like a mountain onto an ocean front with waves coming at him. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, last stack to go. These are from Bowser Boy TCG, who was sent a couple times before. Started off with, here we go, the Mega Charizards. So he sent one, came back as a Mint 9. A second with the same grade. Another Mega Charizard. The X version came back as Near Mint 8. A little surprised on that one. I know it's the English version, but I guess this top corner up here in particular is pretty scuffed. But aside from that, it's a little bit odd to get these as a Near Mint 8, especially cards straight from the pack. It's odd to see them come back as 8s and 10s. 9s are pretty normal, but for whatever reason, 8s and 10s are fairly uncommon. Set a second one, get a Mint 9. Another one of these, Mint 9 full art. That's the English version. And a Gem Mint 10 version. Japanese that time around. Japanese always so much easier to get a higher grade on. That's why I like to collect English. Part of the reason, at least. It's because they're so much harder to have come back with higher grades. A Pokemon Center Lady full art has a Mint 9. There's your English and the Japanese counterpart. Gem Mint 10. Japanese Pokemon fan, I believe it's Pokemon fan club, something like that. You see there? This is pretty unique. This is one of those contest winner cards. Design Contest Illusion Zoroark promo. Corcoral winner. So you can see it's Zoroark. Looks like he's fighting a Ho-Oh with all kinds of fire and stuff in the background. Somebody drew that and or colored in part of it, which is pretty cool. Xerneas, Gem Mint 10 full art, Japanese. You can see it's kind of got a crazy textured background. Back to our good old friend the Charizard EX, Flash Fire English version, Mint 9. The full art version, Mint 9. And last, something kind of unique to end this particular video is Coral Mew, but it's off-centered. You can tell by the qualifier. So you can actually see that top border, it's almost non-existent, and then compare it to the bottom border, which is super thick. Compare it a little bit to the sides there. So that's something rather unique, something I've not seen Coral Mews in the past, is just having it that wildly off-centered, but evidently they do exist, so that's pretty cool. So that does it for part 5 here. Tomorrow will be part 6, and then finally, the day after that, we'll finish it up. Big finale, all kinds of cool stuff. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. New video will be up tomorrow at 2.